Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, my wonderful 121 subscribers. And I picked up a few new ones, so thank you, everybody. I have the criminal that destroyed my comic book. She's right here. And I'll expose her to the entire comic book community for her crimes. Wiggle waggle. Her name is Rosie, but like we affectionately call her Wiggle Waggle because that's what she's about. No. I gotta turn. Oh, hi. Rosie says she's sorry, everybody. She was just looking for the squeaker toy in the package that the mailman delivered. She's like, I didn't know it was expensive or important. She was like, I was just trying to play. And she is apologizing to the comic book community for destroying a comic book from 1969. She just wanted to play. The guy put it in an eBay lightweight envelope that she was able to get a hold of in her snout. And the weather was nice, so we had the front door open to the front porch where they dropped it. And while I was trying to chase down my comic, they dropped it off. And she was like, oh, cool, what is this? And if you've not seen the video, it's not for the faint of heart or the squeamish. Because if you love comic books like I do, the thought of intentional savage damage to an older book, it really conflicted me. And you know, I wanted to be mad, you know. I mean, I was upset, you know, but I wanted to be mad. Like, who's to blame, you know, for this? Certainly, there has to be somebody I can assign blame to, you know. But it was such a series of unfortunate events. It's like if they had dropped it off, they said they dropped it off at the wrong address. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate my deck because I deal with this stuff. All right, I was here. I was off work. I would have got it. If the seller had, you know, there we go, a box, she wouldn't have been able to get her little snout around it and drag it across the yard. If I had not been gone for 30, 40 minutes tracking down where the comic was or making my claim with like the you know, the postal service, I would have been here, would have got it. The weather was nice, so we had both the doors to our front porch and our back porch open. Take advantage of nature's AC, right? So had that not happened, she could have got to it. Had the delivery person not put it on the inside of the gate as opposed to like the steps, which they usually do, but it was a different post office delivering the mail because my local post office was short-staffed. So like literally, if you change one component of that, one, the outcome would have been different. So, give me 1 second. I got a frog in my throat. Mm. So I don't forget. Not many people make comments or leave comments on my videos, and I like when anybody does. And honestly, like, you know, even if it's like, oh man, your channel sucks. I hate your Egyptian statues. Why'd you show video of your dog? I mean, as long as you're not attacking me personally, like, I can handle that. It's like, I just like to know somebody's engaged. 121 subscribers. Could we push for 130? I am never gonna have flashy graphics. I'm not gonna have, you know, Spider-Man swinging across the screen as I'm talking about stuff. It's to me, it's honest, it's real. You know, this is what I can do. So, shout outs. Mr. E, the low grade king. And it's not like mystery, like journey into mystery. It's like Mr. lowercase e, the low grade king. Check it out. I've got a, you know, the little A with the squiggle, at J Rowboat. And it's J and ROWE. J Row Boat. Joey Lee 405 lives in Florida. Known this guy for a long time. Welcome aboard, Joey Lee, to the Kraken's lair. Another at, I love this name, Dr. Von Chilla. Wasn't that a villain that? I'm just kidding. Dr. Von Chilla. I like it. I dig it. So, let's just dive into the live unboxing of this comic book I purchased on eBay of The Witching Hour #1. This came out in oh, I have to flip the screen again. Ugh, it's such a blah blah. No, because now I can't see it. What do we do here, Daniel? What do we do here? Maybe we just do it handheld. Or at least, now I can see shit. Alright. So, here's my comic. The Witching Hour #1 from 1969. You know, like, looking at it, there's significant color breaking creases. Edge wear. I can tell by the copious tape on the book. Oh, yep. There's some pieces missing out, you know. I can tell by the copious amount of tape on this book that there has been some slight amateur restoration. And there's some dirt, like not dirt from fingerprints, but like actual Georgia red clay dirt. I don't think a pressing and a dry cleaning is really going to significantly help this. There's you know, creases, tears. Overall, I mean, for a comic book eaten by a puppy and drug around the yard, I think it presents pretty well. Like, do I think this is going to grade like a 9.6 or a 9.8? Probably not. But and there are some like puppy claw marks. So, we could just call this the Frisky Puppy variant. A shout out to my friend Chance at Nostalgic Podblast, who was actually the original owner of the Angry Ex-Girlfriend variant ASM 14. We have done videos about it. We have done radio shows about it. But I've known this guy since middle school. I actually reached out to Chris at the Louie Love Comics at one point, like when this story was getting legs and like Newsweek did an article. And I was like, dude, I am friends with the actual guy that owned the Angry Ex-Girlfriend variant, or the Angry Girlfriend variant. And if you Google it, it's a thing. I've seen huge channels cover this. Comic Tom, Gary's comment. And I'm like, and I always leave a comment. It's like, look, I actually know this guy. So I joke about this being the playful puppy variant, kind of to illustrate my contempt for now the one gentleman that owns that damaged Angry Girlfriend variant ASM 14 and the amount of money that they think they're going to get for this. And I'd never want them to get a penny more than like what the actual destroyed grade is, because they created a fabricated story. They created a fabricated backstory. I don't know why Newsweek did an article, other than I think there was collusion. But that's a story that I've covered a lot of times. So, hey, let's, all right. You can sort of see the difference of color. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to call this off-white pages. Clearly, like I said, they're dirt, some foxing, amateur restoration. But the book is complete, kind of, other than the bits that were eaten. No ads cut out. No interior writing. The staples look tight. Well, that one's missing. That staple looks really tight. So, I mean, that's a plus. Great artwork. This book from 1969, once again, some amateur restoration. Some actual dirt, not dirt from fingerprints, but actual factual dirt. Like I said, low grade is better than no grade. So, conservatively, if I was to send this off to be graded, I'll give it like a 0.2. Maybe the damage is always along the spine. multiple color breaking creases. Oh, well, wait. I forgot. The spine is completely split. So, yeah, maybe, is there a .01? Does that exist in the grading companies? I think it'd almost be funny to send this in to be graded just to see what happens. But I just don't know if I'd want to spend the money to do it. But it'd be kind of funny because the grader would be like, "What? Who sent this in?" Now, I couldn't bring myself to throw this away. I had a suggestion from Joey Lee. I can't remember now, what his tag handle is. Joey Lee 405. And he's like, bury it. I did get a suggestion from somebody, and they're like, hey man, with a little bit of patience and tape, and, I can't throw it away. But I'm now sort of intrigued, 20 years from now, wherever the destiny of this comic book goes, somebody's gonna be like, what the hell? Who taped this and who did this and why? Because that story will be lost through time. But redemption. The Witching Hour #1. Seller stated 5.5 to a 6.0, and I kind of there's a little ding, little crease. I guess compared to Coming Home to the Puppy Destroyed one, this one looks like cherry to me. I wanted this book. I love that. I love that. The cat. I love that. That is so cool to me. Looking down over the town, there's another cat, and leading up towards the castle against the light of the moon. And here's the witch. So this is what I was after. I should have written down the name of the seller. He wanted $135 for this, and I sent him a text and I was like, look man, I just bought this book last week and my puppy ate it, and is there anything you can do for me? And I sent him some pictures of the destroyed comic, and he was like, totally man, I feel your pain. It's not like a individual, it's a comic book shop or whatever. And he was like, totally, I can help you out. How's $110 sound? And I'm like, yes, I could totally do that. And hopefully, I broke the witch's curse, because for people that have been watching my videos, I gotta flip the screen. I've had just 3 catastrophic issues buying comics on eBay, and years of doing this. The first one was I bought a lot of Vampirella magazines, and the guy put, I can't remember how many, it was a lot of them, in a bubble wrap envelope, and the weight, basically the glue seal, it some of them broke through, and I don't know where they got loose from it, but by the time I got to my mailbox, 3 of the 8 magazines were gone. And I reached out to the seller, and he made it right financially, and okay, cool, move on. I did a video 2 years ago. I bought the Witching Hour #4 and 5, and the seller put these 2 books with 0 cardboard, 0 bags and boards or cardboard protection and put the 2 comic books in a freezer Ziploc bag inside a bubble envelope. So my mailman like literally folded this in half and put it in the mailbox. And thankfully, like, the books didn't get like a catastrophic like color breaking crease like completely up the cover and the back. They were kind of U-shaped from being folded in half for a day in my mailbox. And obviously my witching hour #1 and that story. So I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe I just need to like stop collecting comics of like evil women, because like witches and vampire girls, they're you know killing me. So the curse has been lifted, and it is how it is, a lot of people commented about like like sort of like a culpability of the USPS. And I looked into it, so this might be actually beneficial. While the book was in transit, or while the package was in transit in their possession, it wasn't damaged. Like if I opened my mailbox and it was like shredded, I'd be like, and I'd have recourse. It's not their burden to know I have dogs. It's not their burden to know that it was a nice day, so we had the doors open so the dogs had access to the porch. It's not their burden to know, but put it on this side of the gate, as opposed on the other side of the gate, just in case. The condition they delivered it in, they're not accountable. Now, I did go up to the post office and sort of look, man, this is like the brick steps you guys usually leave my packages at. There is a form that you can submit to your local post office with notations or notes to say like, hey, whatever. I don't want packages put on the inside of the gate. I want packages put on the brick steps. I want packages left on, whatever, the roof, So I did get that form, and I will be doing that because the lovely lady I talked to at the post office, I was like, look, man, just a week before this, it was like a $600 comic book. And then you're going to be hearing from me. I'll be screaming. So do my due diligence, protect myself, future deliveries of packages where I can just be like, look, if it is a package to this address, to Daniel, put it here. So then, if they don't do that, I actually have recourse. So lesson learned, and hopefully a lesson worthy of sharing to anybody. I guess it doesn't matter, whether you're buying books from eBay, Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, or whatever. If it's being delivered by the USPS as opposed to UPS or Amazon or something, we have all learned something from my tragic tale of woe. So I'm so really happy that I have Witching Hour 1 not destroyed in the collection. But I said in the initial video, it's like, man, this hobby, it's not all light and rainbows and, candy bars and, a kiss from the prom queen. We go through some stuff. It's a part of it. It's built in to where, oh, the seller didn't say the stamp was missing from the Hulk 181. Now what do I do? Or, oh, I thought this was a 9.6, but there's damage on the back cover I was unaware of. And, oh, I overspent. It's a part of the hobby, man. And I think it makes me even happier to focus on my wins. You know, the the Captain America 117 first appearance of the Falcon that I bought at a flea market for $6. I mean, not like 20 years ago. You know, it was just like $6. I was like, okay. And had it graded, came back like a 6.5 or something like that. I sold it, and have recently purchased another copy of it. But it's like, celebrate our wins, you know. Things are gonna happen, you know. And in this hobby, you gotta be prepared that some things may happen to you, because it certainly happened to me. And they've probably happened to Chris at the We Love Comics, and Barbarian Kung Fu, and Perry's Comics, and Gary's Comics, and Mint Hunter Comics, and Swaggle House, and it's like ingrained in this hobby. They can't all be wins, and sometimes there's hurdles and challenges and things that make you go, oh. But we're professionals. We can rise above this. It's not catastrophic. Honestly, what was catastrophic to me was seeing the prices books got during the Raravid, the pandem, where I'm like, dude, how is this $100 book selling for $1,000? That's where I got really disillusioned, and literally made a video this might be my last comic book video, because I'm getting priced out of this hobby. So now watching all this stuff, the decline of values of books, and and this is down, it doesn't matter, 36%. I'm like, well, dude, I bought my amazing. I bought my Tomb of Dracula #1 for $25. I bought my I'm trying to think. Ghost Rider #1 for $30. I bought my Conan #1 for $75, but this is back when eBay had eBay bucks, so I literally got it for free. My graded 8.0 Fantastic Four 48, I got for $700. My Amazing Spider-Man 14, I got for $700. So this is all pre-pandem. Because when I was seeing prices during the pandemic, I'm like, nope, I'm out. So I feel really bad for people that way overspend on books. Way overspend on books. Because it's going to take them a long, long time to get that money back. But that ain't Dan the Kraken Man. And I could take the $125 hit and, keep on trucking. So, to all my subscribers, thank you so much. It's so fun doing this. Talk about something I love, something I'm passionate about, something I've been doing for decades. Enjoy comics. enjoy comic book collecting. I'll see you all soon. Have a great evening.